All right, guys, welcome back to another video. So here what we'll be doing is solving question 9. We are still on the 2021 question paper, June 2021 paper. So we're solving for x, and yeah, let's get right into it. Okay, let's read the instruction. Here they're saying to us, solve for x in the following equations by inspection or any other method. In other words, find the value for x that makes the equation true. Okay, let me tell you guys, using inspection is the most simple way, but I personally prefer other methods of like working out the solution, because I want to guarantee myself the right answer. Okay, so we're gonna work the answer out in that manner. Let's see what is going to happen. So when you solve for x, guys, what you want is for the x to be on the left and the constant to be on the right. Remember what I said a constant is. I said a constant is a number that does not have any variable next to it. Here the constant is 8. This 2x is one thing, okay? So you are not going to take this 2 and put it this side. No, you are only taking the number without any variable next to it. For now, you're taking it where? To the right. That's what you always do when you solve for x or any other variable, okay? So that's the first thing we do. And when we take this number, this constant, to the other side, the sign it had is going to change to a new one, or rather the opposite one. You see here it was negative 8. When it comes this side, it's going to be a positive 8. Okay, let's work it out and see how it actually works. So what we'll have here, guys, is 2x is equal to, we are taking this one to this side. That's what you always do when you solve for x. On the right, I already have 10, and the 8 comes to the right. It becomes a positive 8 now. Then when I proceed, I have 2x is equal to, I ask myself then, what is 10 plus 8? And the answer is 18. Then from here, I divide. Because I only want to remain with x, I also have to get rid of this number that is next to x. How do I get rid of this number that is next to x? I simply divide by it on both sides. That's what you always do. So we are going to divide by this number that is next to x. 2 divided by 2 is 1. So we remain with x, because we say these two cancelled. And then we say 18 divided by 2. Our answer becomes what? 9. I know it's for 2 marks, but guys, you are guaranteed to get all of the answers correct. So your x is equal to 9. All right, let's move on to B. All right, guys, here if I'm having a fraction like this, I already have x on the left hand side. You see that? And there's already a constant on the right hand side. So here I'm going to use a method called cross multiplying. If I have a constant like this, I have to turn this one into a fraction as well. So I simply divide it by 1, and it's now a fraction. And then from here, I'm going to cross multiply. I will say that this 121 will be multiplied with 1, and then this x will be multiplied with 11. Do you see that? So I'm going to say, when I proceed, I'm going to say, what is x multiplied by 11? And my answer is, okay, I'm not supposed to write this equal sign. I'm going to say, what is x multiplied by 11? And then I get 11x. Then I say equal to, remember the x is supposed to be on the left and then the constant on the right. After here, I'm going to say, what is 121 multiplied by 1? You see, I'm multiplying this one with this one with this one. What is 121 multiplied by 1? My answer is 121. From here, guys, I can see I only want to remain with x, right? But I have a problem. There's a number next to x. How do I get rid of the number that is next to x? I have to divide by that number on both sides. So I divide by 11 on both sides. I know these ones cancels. And then when they have cancelled, I will have on this side 121 divided by 11, which will be 11. So my x is equal to 11. And then I'm done. I move on to C. All right, here is C, guys. For C, we are still going to apply the same rule. We want x, whatever that has x, to be on the left. And then whatever that is not attached to x to go to the other side, the right hand side. You see that this 5 does not have any x next to it, so it has to go to the right. And when it goes to the right, the sign it had previously will change to a new sign, the opposite sign, right? So this one, because it has to remain to the left, is gonna be dropped down here. And then we say equal to, on this side we already have a 7, the 5 joins the 7, but it changes the sign now, right? It was positive this side, so when I take it this side, it becomes negative. Then when I proceed, I'll have x divided by 9 is equal to, I ask myself, what is 7 minus 5? And my answer is 7 minus 5 is 2. Okay. Now, do you see I have a number that is not a fraction? I have to turn this number into a fraction because on this side, I also have a fraction. And that means I'm dividing this number by 1. Okay. Once I divide that number by 1, what am I going to have? I'm going to have the situation of cross multiplying. You see that? So this, guys, is similar to this, what we just did here. All right. We are applying the very same thing. Then this is what I do. Remember, I always want x to be on the left. So I start with x. I say x multiplied by 1. Do you see that? X multiplied by 1. And what do I get? I get x is equal to, and then I say 9 multiplied by 2. What is 9 multiplied by 2? It is 18. So my value of x is 18. All right. Then I'm done solving for C. I move on to D. Remember, guys, I'm going to keep on saying this. When you are solving for x, you want x to be on the left and the constant to be on the right. When you take the constant to the right-hand side, its sign is going to change. Okay, guys, we are now on the last question of question 9. And here we are supposed to be solving for x as well, right? And remember, when you solve for x, you want x to be isolated. You want x to be on the left and everything else to be on the right. So do you see that this one has to go to the left because it does not have x next to it? Any variable, guys, has to always be on the left. And then the one that does not have that variable goes to the right. What did I say? The one that has a variable remains on the left. The one without a variable has to go to the right. Okay. And remember, a variable is simply the alphabet. So this side, x is going to remain on the left. Then on this side, I have negative 14 and it is joined by this 2. I'm taking this negative 2 to this side and it's going to become a positive 2. Then when I proceed, I say what is negative 14 plus 2, because these are like terms. I have to solve them or rather add them. I say what is negative 14 plus 2 and my answer is going to be negative 12. Guys, use a calculator if you're not sure, or rather confirm. Okay, so you say negative 14 plus 2 and you get a negative 12. You see that? and you are done solving for x here. Right, see you on the next video.